Even though I probably got you here with the title of we went to the Trash Taste Stockholm show. Yes, we did other stuff too, and I'm gonna talk about all of it. Hi, it's Texi. It's been quite a few months since I filmed any kind of video. Again, I feel like I do this every time. Like, hi, I'm back, and then proceeds to not post for 5 months or something. But yeah, I actually had something to make a video about this time, so here I am. I think the title will say something like honeymoon vlog or something, so just for context, yes, I got married this summer. We got married in June. We had a bunch of internet friends come visit us for the wedding as well, and that was amazing. And so the reason we went to Stockholm for our little mini honeymoon is because Trash Taste announced their Europe tour, and I was like, I really want to go there, but it's like right after the wedding. So I was like, can we even afford to go? But then I got tickets anyway, and then it turned into this little mini honeymoon trip. So we had like a 2-night trip to Sweden, since the travel time from Finland to Sweden is thankfully pretty short, even though we first had to like fly to Helsinki and then to Stockholm. So the whole trip took like maybe 3 hours. We just had to like leave super early from here, which sucked because I got cheap flights. Yeah, we stayed in this cozy little hostel in Södermalm. Apparently it's like this hipster area in Stockholm. We didn't explore Södermalm a whole lot. We mostly like stuck to exploring the central Stockholm. Södermalm also seemed really nice. We ate at this one place there when we first got there. I already forgot what it was called, and I have to check because I want to recommend it because it was great. So the place was called Hacket, like Haqet. It must be like super new because I couldn't even find it on Google Maps. We just happened to like walk past it while looking for a different restaurant. It just sounded delicious, so we just figured, fine, we'll go there, it's open. So they were like these, apparently like a luxury version of traditional Swedish street food, which were like these sausages, and they were like wrapped in this flatbread, and there was like, I think it was like mashed potatoes, and there was like salad and stuff inside it, and the sausages were like a bunch of different options, and it was delicious. And their customer service was so nice. Like the dude said it was like his second day there, and he gave us free drinks when we said we had just like arrived and it was our little honeymoon trip and stuff like that. It was a very friendly introduction to Stockholm, basically. And like just in general, everyone in Stockholm was so friendly, and it's so weird because I'm used to like Finnish customer service. We don't talk more than we need to, and it's just in our nature. We basically waited there while we were waiting for our room to be ready at the hostel so we could check in. And the hostel staff was super friendly as well, and one of them actually spoke Finnish, which was unexpected, but that made things much easier for our very sleep-deprived brains. And our room had some interesting decor choices. I'll show you some pictures and video because it was unique. The wallpaper was all these dogs wearing like historical royal clothing, and there were like pictures of dogs in similar outfits as well on the walls, and it was a choice, but I kind of liked it because it was so weird. And then we basically just passed out in the hostel for like 3 hours because we had gotten up at like 5 a.m. for our flights, and we were just dead. After we woke up, we went out to explore the city a little bit. We went to Gamlastan. Oh, actually, I forgot to mention, while we were waiting for our hostel to be ready, we also visited this like vintage sci-fi second-hand store, which is also in Södermalm. It was this super small store that just had sci-fi and fantasy and horror books, like literally from floor to ceiling. It was cute, and all the books were super cheap, but I didn't buy anything because it was just kind of overwhelming to even try to look for anything because there were so many books and I didn't have anything particular in mind. Yeah, after we slept a little, we went out to explore, and we first went to Gamlastan, very much with purpose because I knew there was this science fiction and fantasy bookstore there. It was huge, and I actually did buy some books there. Okay, I got the We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Barry, and also When Women Were Dragons by... hold on. Kelly Barnhill. I swear I remember what I did. And then, yeah, we walked from Gamlastan, which is like basically, Gamlastan means like old town. We walked from there to like central Stockholm because it's like a really short distance. You basically just cross a bridge. We found this one store called Blue Fox, which was like an alternative fashion store, and I bought this super cute dress from there. We explored a little more and we ended up at this cafe called Dirty Coco because we were hungry. And that place was the cutest place I have ever visited. It was adorable. Like they had like this whole flower thing on the ceiling and the whole place was pink and I loved it. The place was so cute and their food was also really good. Ax got some kind of chicken toast thing and I got like toast with avocado and eggs benedict and it was also delicious. And Ax got a milkshake and I got these pancakes with pink chocolate and strawberries and strawberry ice cream. It was delicious. And also I like that you could like order through these touch screens, so you didn't have to talk to anyone, which is great. Oh yeah, and we also, that evening we went to the technology museum as well. And that was a really cool place. One exhibition was about like, I think, public transport and planes and stuff, which wasn't really our thing, but then there was this whole thing about like phones. And like that was interesting. There was a whole lot of like different super old and also more recent phones and stuff. And then there was this whole thing about like humanity. I guess Ax called it like transhumanism thing. Things people have been able to do to our bodies over history and things we might be able to do in the future, basically. That was super cool. And then they also had like a gaming exhibit. I can't speak anymore. They had like this gaming exhibit, which was also fun. They had like a couple of arcade machines and a lot of gaming history related stuff. By then it was like super late, so it was time to go back to the hostel and get ready for some more exploration the next day. And we were so exhausted. I think we slept for like 12 hours or something, which was fine because we had like all day the next day to do stuff as well, because the Trash Taste event wasn't until like 8 p.m. So we had like all day to just do stuff around Stockholm. Although we still ended up with kind of a tight schedule, which was annoying, but that's what we get for staying there for only a couple of days. Because like I feel like we would have needed more than 2 days to properly like explore Stockholm in peace, because obviously it's a huge city. But yeah, our main goal for Tuesday, so our second day there, was to go to Skansen. They had this tropical aquarium and we knew there would be reptiles, so obviously we had to go check out Tiamat's cousins. Although we didn't realize that the aquarium was like inside the Skansen like larger park area thing. So we had to like pay a fee to actually enter the area first, and then we had to also pay for the aquarium, which I wish we had known beforehand, but it's fine. But just so you know, if you also want to visit the place. But like Skansen in itself was like pretty cool. They had like a bunch of older buildings and there was just a lot to do, but we didn't have a lot of time, so we mostly focused on the aquarium. But we also visited the Baltic Sea Zoo thing, which was right next to it, and that was included in the Skansen entry fee. But anyway, the zoo or aquarium, they had a lot of like fish, of course, because it's an aquarium, and they also had like these lemurs, I think, that were just like free roaming in this one area. You're not allowed to touch them, obviously, because they may bite and stuff. They were adorable. And then, of course, there were reptiles, mostly snakes. They had like a lot of surprising amount of venomous snakes, which I wasn't expecting. They had like a bunch of vipers and rattlesnakes, which was cool. They also had a king cobra, but we couldn't really see much of it because it was like hiding on the like higher parts of its enclosure. Definitely wasn't expecting that, because those guys are actually mad dangerous. So they are not messing around there. And then our favorite, they had a crocodile, or 2 crocodiles, and one of them was just swimming around in its pool and actually came pretty close to the glass to check people out, and that was really cool to get to see them in person. Tiamat is jealous because I'm gushing over a reptile that isn't her. we just went to check out your cousins. They were very huge. Yeah, it was really cool to get to see like a crocodile up close. Yeah, after the aquarium, we went back to the city center and found some food and visited this one kawaii store. I got a new wallet from there, which is adorable. And I also got a necklace. And I also got a bunch of stuff from the store at the aquarium. Yeah, we went back to the city center to find some food. We ate at bastard burgers. We originally wanted to go to this one ramen place, but it was packed and we were in a bit of a hurry, so we went to somewhere else that was a bit emptier. Bastard burgers was good. I think it's a chain, so because there was one also at the Helsinki airport, as it turns out. But yeah, their food was good and reasonably priced. Would recommend. Good burgers. And then we had to kind of rush back to our hostel to drop off everything we had bought and get ready for the main reason we went to Stockholm in the first place, which is the Trash Taste show. And at that point I was starting to get a little stressed because we had like a really tight schedule and because it had been like super warm in Stockholm, like 23 degrees, which we hadn't expected, and it was like really humid, so we were all gross and sweaty from all the walking. We had to like take super quick showers before going anywhere, which ended up being pointless because we just got sweaty all over again on our way there to the event place, and I just felt gross all day. It was time to go to the Cirkus, which was also located like actually near the Skansen park thing. So we basically took the exact same route, which was good. We had gone there earlier that day, so we actually knew where to go. That's actually the point of the trip where I started getting a little my usual anxious, easily stressed out self, because like we first took the metro to like T-Central, which is like the, I guess the central station thing, and the building is so huge we like got a little lost just trying to find our way out of there, and then we exited in a different place than we anticipated, and then I started getting really stressed out because I wanted to catch like a specific tram to Skansen and we were on a tight schedule and I was starting to get a little antsy. But we made it to it on time, and there was a bunch of other people going to that Trash Taste thing as well, which was a relief, so we definitely weren't late. Yeah, the show itself was great, it was hilarious, yeah, it lasted like 2 hours and we didn't have like the best seats ever. We were pretty far away, so I didn't take a whole lot of pictures, but I took a couple of videos and they are shit quality, but enjoy.
And when I go moe moe, everyone has to say tune with me. Can you do that? Alright, and I don't want like a cute, like I don't want anything like that, right? I want you to like gutturally scream cute. Like you're calling your ancestors from beyond the grave. Moe! Moe! Tune!
If you have seen videos of their American tour, the format of the show was pretty much exactly the same, but obviously like catered to Stockholm and like Europe in general. So I pretty much knew what to expect, but it was still super fun. They had like this quiz about like Sweden, which was hilarious because I actually knew some of the answers to the questions, even though I am not Swedish, obviously. Like they had questions like, what does gråtugga mean? Which is, it's a crywank. It was kind of funny because I told the answer to Ax, and then these Swedish dudes sitting in front of us were like, how do you know that? Because they had figured out Ax is Finnish, and well, he was being loud because the whole thing at the show was that people are allowed to like shout their opinions at the boys. So obviously Ax was very excited about that, and the guys in front of us thought he was really funny. But yeah, they were like, how did Ax know that? And he was like, oh, my wife knew it. And then I guess they thought I was Swedish because they said Ax has a cheat sheet. The quiz was really fun. And then they had also had this like questionnaire that you had to fill out before the show started, which was part of the second segment, which was basically like they had asked different questions like what does Sweden do better than anywhere else, and what anime character would you go on a first date with, and blah blah blah. Basically the boys then had to guess what would be on the audience's top 5. When they asked for the best alcohol brand, Koskenkorva ended up being on the top 5, and all the Finns in the audience went crazy. I think it was Connor who had to like tell the Finns to calm down, and that was hilarious. There was like this one guy who had like a Finnish flag with him and everything. He was really into it. And then the third segment was basically the guys put like one of their own questionable opinions from like a little jar, and then one of them had to defend it, and one of them had to like argue against it regardless of whether it was originally their opinion or not. And the audience got to like either go yeah or boo at them, and the volume level decided who argued better. The show was really fun. I'm glad we went, and I got some merch. As you can probably see, I got the t-shirt, and I also got the hoodie, which is in the wash right now because I have been wearing it at work. Casually representing trash taste. But yeah, the show was great. We had a good time. Only downside was that since it was so late, we like got back to our hostel after like 11 p.m. and then obviously we had to pack and eat and stuff, and then we had to get up at 5 again because we had an 8 a.m. flight again. So we were very tired on our way home, and the worst part was that we had to like wait 3 hours in Helsinki this time. But yeah, we made it home. And Tiamat had been a good girl while we were away. Our friend had come and check on her and change her salad and stuff, but I don't think she really much cared. She just gave us a stink eye when we came home, like, oh, the traders have returned. But yeah, it was a really nice trip, and I'm glad we went. I'm still exhausted because like I had to go right back to work the next day, and it's been almost a week since we came back, and today's my first day off, and I'm exhausted, but I finally got to sleep. Yeah, that was our little trip to Sweden. I hope you enjoyed this little retelling. I try to insert as many video clips and pictures as I have, because I'm always like, oh, I'm totally gonna vlog this trip, and then I get self-conscious at the actual location and feel awkward like actually filming anything, and then I don't film as much as I would like. Hi to anyone else who happened to be at the Trash Taste show. I hope you had fun as well. Yeah, thanks for watching. I will try to make more videos again. No promises because I'm a mess. Tiamat says goodbye as well. Bye!